Welcome! Let's talk about what's new in the latest release of Photoshop, which is CC 2017, launched in November 2016. If you're not that familiar with Photoshop, feel free to skip to the next lecture because I'm going to discuss some things that we haven't covered in the course so far. First, these changes aren't groundbreaking for web design purposes, but if you're a Creative Cloud subscriber, this is a free update from the previous version, CC 2015.5. Because of that, it makes sense to upgrade, unless you dislike the updated interface and you want to stick to the previous one. More on that at the end. If you're a CS6 user and you're still wondering whether you should switch to a paid CC subscription, my advice is do it. There have been 10 plus new releases of Photoshop after CS6, so I can't show all those changes in a 5-minute video, but believe me, it's worth upgrading. So let's go over some of the improvements. We already talked about the revamped new document window and built-in templates, so we'll skip them. The first small change that makes a big difference in your workflow is auto-select. This is now activated by default. This means that while you're on the Move tool, any layer you click gets selected. I discourage that way of working. It seems like a great idea, but my experience tells me it complicates your life tremendously. Please leave it unchecked. Another change is with regards to your Type tool. When you're adding in some text, you no longer have to press on your numerical Enter key or go to this check mark in the options bar to finish your edits. In CC 2017, all you have to do is click anywhere on the canvas and you'll commit your text layer. This is a welcomed amendment. Coming up is a brand new feature that beginners will love, the ability to search. The hotkey is Ctrl F, and this will help you find just about everything you can think of. Let's say you want to change your interface, but you're not sure where it's hidden underneath all these menus. No problem, just write Interface, and here it is as the first result. Click it, and it will take you there. If you can't remember its hotkey, you can open it from the top right. Click on this icon, and you'll get the same pop-up. What's fantastic about this search feature is that it's not limited to what's inside Photoshop. By default, you're seeing all results, but you can use these tabs to filter them out. For example, it can direct you to specific tutorials from the Learn tab. Here, all of these entries are articles that can help you about that specific subject. Fantastic stuff. You can switch to the Stock tab and get some images from Adobe Stock. It's a truly great feature and it works flawlessly. If you're an older Photoshop user, you know that Ctrl F was the hotkey that applied your last used filter. Now, that's been changed with Alt Ctrl F. Another nice improvement is that you can now check and see how many layers and folders are inside your project. You have to click on this small icon and choose Layer Count, and there you go. Like I said, not groundbreaking, but a decent improvement. The Properties panel has also been beefed up. If we click on a text layer and open it, you'll see it now shows you several bits of information that weren't previously available. The idea behind it is to save you the trouble of going through too many panels. I welcome it because I can quickly adjust my text without expanding my character panel. If we switch to a raster layer, you'll see some brand new information about it too, specifically its width and height. This means you no longer have to use Ctrl T to resize it. If you know your desired values, just type them in. Still, in this panel you can adjust the position of this image with precision. X controls the horizontal position starting from the left side. If you type in 0, it's going to touch the edge of your canvas. Change it to 100 pixels and it's going to move to the right. Y adjusts its vertical placement, as you can see here. If you deselect all layers, you'll get some information regarding your canvas size and resolution. Overall, great stuff by Adobe. The last thing I want to cover is a bug regarding quick exporting. When you used this command in the CC 2015.5 version, you'd get a new window with that folder where you chose to save your image. I always thought that was a feature, to be honest. Well, now that's fixed, so you'll no longer get it. After you export, nothing else will happen. I'll wrap things up by mentioning two things. The improvements from CC 2015.5 to CC 2017 are minimal. There's nothing changed that will impact your workflow. That's the first notice. The second one concerns the interface. In CC 2015.5, Adobe went for something new. To showcase the difference, I'll show you the old character panel versus the one in CC 2015.5. This line was maintained throughout the interface. You wouldn't say it's a big deal, right? Well, people got their pitchforks out and started a mob. I couldn't believe the backlash this interface caused. There's 10 pages on the Adobe forums about how this is the worst decision in their entire company's history. My take? I'm not that passionate about it. Sure, it has consequences, but the difference between the old UI and the 2015.5 version weren't that big. Sure, it wasn't that well thought out from a user experience perspective, instead it focused a lot on its styling. Nevertheless, people got so upset that Adobe decided to change it in this 2017 release. Here's the character panel again. So far, people are less angry, but they're still disappointed by Photoshop's interface. Personally, I like the CC 2015.5 UI, and you'll see me use it throughout most of this course. I think it's sleek and sexy, and if you're an experienced Photoshop user, the new styling won't affect your workflow. One final thing I want to show you is something for your amusement. We'll enable the banana tool in Photoshop. You heard that right, the banana tool. Here's how you do it. Identify this icon here through which you can edit your toolbar. You can adjust it as you want, or you can leave it untouched. What's important is you hold down Shift while you press Done. And here it is. It replaces that Edit Toolbar icon with a banana. You can get a lot of laughs by pranking someone who has this version of Photoshop, and if you move to another tool, it shows up, but if you click it, it goes away. So it doesn't do anything per se, it's just there for a dash of colour and amusement. Okay, I'll see you soon.